Alright, you bastards, this is Some-Belgian-prepper, and today we're going to talk about the uses of a hot water bottle. But before we do that, if you're interested in detective stories, this is the first part of an 11-part series that I wrote. It's called Bloody Crosses, and if you're interested, look down into the description. Alright, so, a water bottle. Many people will have seen this in the movies, and yeah, it's just something that looks like an old-timey thing that people had in their house. You probably seen your grandma do having one of these, but if you really think about it, one of these water balls have actually some survival uses, in my opinion. So, what are the survival uses of this thing? Let's talk first about the common uses. These are usually used for a little bit staying warm at home in your bed or beneath the sheet. So if you're it's a little bit colder in your side of your home, you can fill this with hot water, and you can keep it beneath you, under your shirt, or under your blanket, or when you're in bed and you're holding it. So that's one thing that it's generally used for. Another thing that's used for is for people who have cramps, muscle aches, or have their period cramps when they are menstruating. So what for women it could be handy to have something warm to keep against your stomach. So yeah, that's something that's generally used against cramps. So what are other uses for this? Uh, what I like to do is take a hot water bottle. Um, I have a stove that I have a pellet stove that I use, and when I uh, during the evening, I lay this onto the stove. It warms up. It takes on the heat, and what will happen? Or you put some hot water, uh, pot with water onto the stove. It will get hot. Be sure that it's not boiling, so that it will not damage the. It's not. It must always be under boiling temperature. You put it into the water bottle, and an hour before you go to sleep, you put it beneath the blankets of your bed. And when you're going to sleep, you have a very nice, warm, lukewarm bed instead of waiting for at least 50 minutes before your body heat temperature heats up the bed. So that's also a good use for this. Um, One other use for it is, like I said, against pain. You can also not only use it to put warm things onto your stomach, your chest, your neck, something, but you can also put cold water in it. So if you have cold water, imagine you have a headache or a migraine, you can use it on your head or in your neck when you have some sort of sport related injury. So that's also something that it can be used for. Uh, and to be honest, I have been thinking about it, and for camping, hiking, and even perhaps bug out situation, this could be actually be useful. So, yeah, most people will say, "What the hell are you talking about?" Well, imagine this: you're on camping, hiking, bug out, whatever, and you have hot water. You can, and it's very cold. So, what do? You put some. You have a camping. You probably have a camping fire. You have some water. Try to cool it a little bit off till it's not boiling anymore, and then you put it inside of this, and you can put this in your tent, in your sleeping bag, beneath your sheets, or next to you while you are sleeping inside of a tent when it's very cold outside. So that's also a good way to use a water bottle. And even if you do not use it to keep warm, you can also use it to get some extra water, because it's very sturdy. It's very thick, very sturdy. The bottle cap does not get off easily. It cannot even touch it really, because there is this thing that in a way that you cannot accidentally knock it open. So it's actually like a real water bottle actually. So if you find some extra water, you can put it inside of this, put it in your bug out bag, in your hiking bag, or camping during camping, and yeah, you have at least, I estimate it is almost 2 liters of water that you can carry extra with you. And if it's empty, the rubber almost takes no space. Volume, you can roll it up, you can flatten it, or you can and it does not weigh almost weighs nothing. So yeah, it's like an extra water bottle, and it can keep you warm at night. So that's a good survival use of this thing. Yeah, and these are the things that I mostly would think about if you would use it. And another thing that I heard other people do, because I was an idiot for not doing this: watering your plants. Imagine you have used this during the night. It's the water gone cold, but instead of throwing the water away, you can use it to watering your plants. If you have a garden, some plants in the inside, open a water bottle and give some water to your plants indoor or outdoor. So that's also a good use of it. And yeah, and one last more or use of it, like during a bugging scenario, like a like there are nuclear like a nuclear how do you say this, a nuclear accident or war. You can fill up this is one container you can fill up and have at least 2 liters of water before the water will be shut down or be too hazardous to drink out of. So that's another thing that you can use it for in prepper and survival terms. So yeah, I would say think about it what you want, and if you have any other uses for a hot water bottle, leave it in the comments. I'm always eager to learn new tricks, hacks. So yeah, so subscribe. I would really appreciate it. Leave an idea for the water bottle, like and all that good stuff. And yeah, thank you for watching, and see you in the next video. Cheers.